Many narcissistic individuals will abandon their own children, whether that's temporarily or permanently. And when they abandon their children, they find a way to blame somebody else. Narcissistic individuals find it so incredibly easy to walk away from their own children because they prioritise their own needs, their own desires over the well-being of others, including their children. There are several reasons why a narcissist might choose to abandon their children, and one of the first of these is the narcissist's lack of empathy. The crucial part of their actual personality is their lack of empathy. They typically have a limited capacity to understand the feelings or the needs of others. They struggle to be able to prioritise their children's own well-being, leading to the narcissist to neglect and eventually abandon their own children. Yet because the narcissist wants to be perceived in a positive light to those around them, the narcissist will often pass the blame on to somebody else, because to the narcissist, nothing is ever their fault. They believe they're in the right to abandon their children, but they don't want to be perceived in a negative light, so they shift the blame to a point where they can often believe their own narrative that they're selling themselves. Narcissists are incredibly self-centered. They are intensely focused on getting their needs met. Parenting requires those acts of selflessness and sacrifice, which conflicts with the narcissist's desire to be the centre of attention, to have the world revolve around them. They will only put their children's needs first if it makes the narcissistic parents look good, which is why it can be confusing, because some narcissists can show up for their children when it makes the narcissist look good, or when they can use their child as a hook to entice new supply. They will play the role of good mummy and good daddy in order to get their needs met. When their needs aren't being met, they will abandon their children and blame someone else for the abandonment. Their children are ungrateful. Their children don't appreciate them. The ex is bitter. The ex is jealous. Narcissists don't take responsibility for their own behaviour. They're only concerned about how their image looks to those around them, which is why they will twist the narrative to serve themselves. Narcissistic individuals typically have an inability to handle responsibility. You can't help them become responsible. It's not there. Raising children involves a great deal of responsibility and commitment. Narcissists often find these demands overwhelming and incompatible with their desires, the narcissist's desires for freedom and control. They don't want to take responsibility. Somebody else's fault, never their own. Children can actually be a threat to the narcissist's ego. They can challenge the narcissist's sense of authority. Raising children can potentially draw attention away from the narcissist. Therefore, a narcissist will often take the credit for their children's achievements or try to sabotage anything that their children are good at that the narcissist is envious of. If they find their children inconvenient or threatening to their self-image, they will abandon them and blame somebody else. Narcissistic individuals have that strong desire for control. They crave the control and the power. If they feel like they cannot control their children or the situation, they may choose to abandon the relationship rather than deal with any perceived challenges to their sense of authority. When it comes to relationship dynamics, narcissists can often use children as pawns in their games to control the other parent, to manipulate the situation, to drag them through court. If abandoning their children helps them manipulate or punish their partner, they will do so without consideration for the impact on their children, because they lack the empathy and they're too self-centered. They don't take responsibility. The threat to their ego is too big. Their desire for control is too strong. So they will abandon their own children to punish the other parents. Narcissists often have a deficiency in emotional intimacy. They can only pretend in order to sell someone an illusion. So they avoid emotional intimacy because it can make them vulnerable. By abandoning their children, they avoid forming any deep emotional bonds. They get to abandon their children before their children potentially have the ability to abandon them. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, they find it easy to abandon their children because they simply don't care about them. Trying to make them see what they're doing to their children, trying to make them understand what they're doing to their children, trying to make them hear your point of view isn't going through. You can't make people see what they don't want to hear, and you can't make people hear what they don't want to see. Instead of wasting your precious time trying to get a narcissistic parent seeing the damage that they are causing, you are better spending that time focusing on helping the person through the situation that the narcissist has put them in. Helping the children understand and grow and develop and find their identity, find the things that they enjoy, find the hobbies that they like. Helping the children develop who they are as a person, their values, their beliefs, their identity, so that they become so strong as an individual that even when the narcissistic parent walks back into the child's life, the child can learn to handle the situation for themselves because they've got a strong enough foundation that narcissistic individuals can no longer manipulate, exploit them and take them down. Understanding the reasons and the patterns and the motives behind a narcissist's behaviour allows us to adapt and find better coping strategies and support those who are affected by the narcissist's actions, rather than getting the narcissist to try and change their actions so that they no longer negatively impact those who are affected by the narcissist's actions. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon if you'd like to go and check those out. There is the book on boundaries, how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. There is the new book, which is the hilarious and horrifying narcissistic memes and their meanings, which are, when I can get to it, the memes and the quotes that have been shared over social media platforms for the last 6 or 7 years and the meaning behind those. And then I do also have a Narcissist Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, which is all about the criteria of the disorder, the behaviours, the things they put you through, and the effects that it has on you. I then have 15 rules to deal with narcissistic people if you cannot go no contact, how to stay sane and break the chain. So rules like never outsmart the narcissist, less is more, don't defend yourself by not defending yourself, and no dare. And then I have another relatively new book, which is Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, a guided journal for recovery and empowerment. And this is less about reading and more about writing so that you can recover from narcissistic and emotional abuse. And this covers things such as writing out your experience, recognizing the signs of abuse, emotional healing, rebuilding your identity, empowerment and growth, how to build healthy relationships, how to create your boundaries, gratitude and positivity, and continuing progress. All these books are currently available on Amazon, and the current offer is, if anyone would like to purchase any of the books and is happy to leave a genuine 5-star review, then the online Break Free from Narcissistic and Emotional Abuse course is available for free. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.